Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and this is my end of the year build. It was not my originally intended end of the year build. I was planning to show off the HVZ loadout that I have put together. I'm going to be going to a lot of big HVZs, and I'm going to be playing as a player, so I wanted to have a really good, top tier loadout. Unfortunately, some of the components of it are not mine to show off, and I was asked not to show them off yet for various reasons, so hopefully I will get to within the next couple of months, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to do the video until I actually take the field with it, which will give me the element of surprise. But this is the start of a whole series of builds that I'm going to be doing this year. I'll probably show one off every other month or so as my personal builds, and who knows what I'll do for the other months. But I'm going to start doing personal builds again, and they will be part of this system, which is a modular Proton pack series. So all of the blasters will be able to feed from Proton packs, but will also all be able to function without one. That is going to be the big difference between them and Tier. Tier only operates with a Proton pack. These ones will be able to use whatever their original magazine or hopper system was, but they will also be able to use a Proton pack to significantly increase the capacity. So this is the first one. This is obviously a Khaos, because I feel the Khaos just does not get enough love. I loved the size of it, the shape of it, the form factor. I like a big, beefy, spacey looking rifle. Trying. And this definitely fit that bill, but it was, the magazine system for it was simply atrocious. They were large, expensive, awkward to reload. There was awkward to carry more of them if you could ever get your hands on them. It was difficult to reload the magazines. It was difficult to get the magazines in. There was just all sorts of problems with this. And so I didn't get one for the longest time. And then a friend found one at a Goodwill, and it didn't have a magazine, and he finally decided to let it go. And so I got it from him for cheap. And my plan was always to shove a Proton pack in there, because it would just make a fabulous Proton pack blaster. Especially after seeing Rogue One, the backpack fed heavy blaster that guy had. You're like, that would be perfect. And I started the project, I opened it up, I took it apart, I painted it, and then it got shelved because of stuff, traveling and then moving and then all of that. And then I needed to build, so this came up. And it came out really quite magnificently. Here is Corporal Nikon doing a full tank dump. So this is Corporal Nikon's first time ever flying a Proton pack, and he is going to have some fun with my Proton packed Khaos. Fire it, Will.
Where's Will?
Over there somewhere.
Downrange.
Keep going. You're not out yet. Now you're probably out. Oh! One went over the edge. We shall have to retrieve. So, yeah. Yeah, that works. That works.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. There is a wicked amount of hop-up. I have reduced the hop-up since that video was filmed. It's still a little higher than I like, so I might reduce the hop-up a little bit more. I tried taking it out, and then the accuracy just was gone. I couldn't hit a man-sized target at 20 feet, or 30 feet, which just wasn't acceptable. So I put the hop-up back in and trimmed the tab a little bit. I may end up trimming it a little bit more. I haven't been able to test it outside since I trimmed it, because it's pouring rain and windy, because it's winter in the Pacific Northwest. You'll get to see another full tank dump at the end of this video. So, in essence, the blaster itself is really just a 3S Khaos. Being 3S, it gets between 100 and 130 FPS, depending on the rival rounds are inconsistent, so you never know what you're going to get. But let's take a look at the FPS readings. Lovely. So that's right around where I need it to be able to use it at all the various events that I plan to take this thing to at some point. It just uses its stock battery tray, has an XD60 connector in it, and it can function perfectly normally. If you just put a regular 40-round magazine in there, it will still operate just the way it was originally designed. But then I have this modified magazine that has the coupler to allow you to feed it from a Proton pack. And that was the hardest part of the whole build, was getting that to work. The original design, I wanted it to be still the full length, and the first 3 tubes were going to be normal, and you could just load 30 rounds into it, and it would fire them. And then the last column would be refilled constantly by the Proton pack. Didn't work. Ended up having to minimize the magazine and move the hose connector to the front, so now it only works as a Proton pack adapter. Doesn't fire from the other ones at all. They're just capped off. The hose connector that I have here on the bottom of the magazine was, I found on Thingiverse. It was designed by K. Sherman, and it was just a pipe connector. He has a 2-post and a 4-post version. I went with the 2-post version. And then there's just a connector on the end of the hose that just locks in. Very nice, just friction fits. And I was able to make it work for what I needed by stretching it and scaling it and slicing it, and just using my slicer I was able to get it to do everything that I needed to do to fit the size of hose that I needed, to have the right inside diameter here, to all that. I was also able to create the cap to fill the hole on that end. The only difference from this and any other 3S Khaos is that I have a plug-in here where you plug in the backpack. And this is just linked to the rev circuit. So when you pull the rev trigger, not only does the blaster rev, but the tank, agitator, and blower also kick in to feed the rounds. So that is very, very cool. That will be part of the whole modular feature. The other thing that I plan to add, that it didn't occur to me until a little bit later, is there will be a second external plug that will allow you to power the blaster from a battery in the backpack, rather than having the battery in the blaster, because that makes the blaster a lot more heavy. Because lipos are considerably heavier, and having a really big lipo in the backpack wouldn't be that much more weight in a backpack, whereas on a blaster that would start to weigh down. So that will be another option, just to add additional modularity, so you can either run it from the blaster or from the backpack, whichever you prefer. But yeah, that will be the system. They will all operate, they'll all be interchangeable for all the different backpacks, because I've got several, the flamethrower backpacks, Tears backpack, this newer, much smaller one. I'm building one that's somewhere in between. I'll probably end up doing a bunch of different tanks, just because I have the files, and I think it'll be neat to have a lot of variety of tanks. Maybe have some really small ones, some stupidly big ones, you know, a little bit of everything. But they'll all be able to, any of the blasters will be able to use any of the tanks. And it'll be a lot of fun. So there we have it. All right, as promised, a full tank dump. Aha! So there you have it. I really like how this one came out. End of the year build, start of a whole year's worth of builds. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely try to get more action footage of Proton packs in the future. We did get a whole bunch filmed at Fort Columbia, and we'll be getting that footage into videos as soon as possible. So there you have it. Hope you like it. If you have any suggestions, comments, concerns, go ahead and put them down in the comment section. And as always, thank you guys for watching.
Shut up and sit down. and sit down.
Oh no no.